All right. So last week, I said I wanted to test if not singing affects the numbers, and that episode is doing gangbusters. That episode, it's I haven't done the maths, but the highest growing episode we've ever done.
Oh my
So
goodness.
quick. It's going up so quick. It's like I went to the bottom of the list to check, okay, what are the new numbers? Then I kept scrolling up, up, up. I'm like, what the fuck? Where is this? Yeah. So message received, folks. The audience hates my singing, and by extension, the audience hates me. So, yeah. I guess fun and whimsy I did. So if you came to this podcast for fun and whimsy, you're in the wrong fucking place. Because, none of that here. None,
So am I now the more liked co-host?
I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Hello, hi, welcome. The show's name is Politics. Although I call it Politrix, and the title of this episode is The Boy and The Heron. My name is Presh, and well. Look who we have here.
Hi, I'm back.
What's your name? You know, there's new listeners. This is like, where you back from? Was there an earlier segment taken out? No, who are you?
I am Ty.
Right, my cousin, and he's guest co-hosting this week.
Yep.
And do you have any cleanup from last week?
I didn't listen to last week's.
All right,
But
you've been exposed.
No. There's actually a reason that I didn't listen to last week's specifically. Because it's about Inside Out 2, and I haven't watched Inside Out 2, but I want to watch it.
All right.
So it would be spoiled for me.
You know, in these reviews, we don't really... Like, we just spoil shit. We don't...
We don't put spoiler warnings on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just assuming that you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
That being said, there's sometimes where... Like, there's movie podcasts that I listen to where... Actually, that's a lie. I've never done that. I was going to say that I don't watch the movie and then listen, but I've never done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can we get into the news for the week?
Yes, we can.
So, Julian Assange has been released from prison, and I'm reading this from BBC.com.
Okay.
Mr. Assange's release from a UK prison comes after a deal under which he pleaded guilty to one charge under the US Espionage Act. He will spend no time in US jail. So, do you know who Julian Assange is? And why he's notable?
No, I have no idea.
You've never heard that name?
I think I heard about his release specifically, but I don't know who he is.
Okay. So, Mr. Assange ran WikiLeaks, a website that published many confidential or restricted official reports related to war, spying, and corruption.
Okay.
In 2010, it released a video from the US military helicopter which showed civilians being killed in the Iraqi capital Baghdad.
Right. Okay, I see.
It also published thousands of confidential documents supplied by former US Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning.
Okay.
These suggested that the US military had killed hundreds of civilians in unreported incidents during the war in Afghanistan.
Oh.
The US said the leaks had endangered the lives of American personnel. So, yeah.
I see.
It's, now, if the leaks did endanger people's lives, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that the US intelligence are saying after the fact.
Yeah.
To,
To get something on him.
yes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, also in 2010, the Swedish authorities issued an arrest for Mr. Assange, accusing him of having raped one woman and molested another. This marked the start of Mr. Assange's 14-year legal battle. He was detained in the UK and denied the claims against him, arguing that they were a ploy to extradite him to the US to face espionage charges over the WikiLeaks disclosures. Right?
Okay.
I have not found that to be the case. The women that have come forward are very credible.
Okay.
So I'm happy to say that he did that shit.
Okay.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
In 2012, he claimed asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, having found sympathy for his cause from the country's then president.
Yeah.
When he was ordered to leave the building by a later Ecuadorian president, he was arrested by UK police and went on to spend 5 years in a British prison as he continued efforts to fight extradition to the US. In November 2019, the Swedish authorities dropped the case against Mr. Assange because they said too much time had passed since the alleged offences.
Huh.
So he's a complex figure.
Yeah.
He's done tremendously good work to expose the truth and provide a platform for other whistleblowers to come forward. And he's seen as a free speech champion, especially on the right wing, as WikiLeaks is where Hillary Clinton's hacked emails were leaked.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But he obviously is a massive piece of shit rapist, right?
Yeah.
I hope that he uses his freedom to seek forgiveness from his victims, and that's really all I have to say about that.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it's not really a big news story. He is the news story, knowing about him.
Yeah.
So I thought I would just give some background on him.
Okay.
Instead of, yeah, this guy got released.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the end of the story. Right. A next story. Kenyan President William Ruto said Wednesday he won't sign into law a finance bill proposing new taxes, a day after protesters stormed parliament and several people were shot dead.
Oh.
It was the biggest assault on Kenya's government in decades. The government wanted to raise funds to pay off debt, but Kenyans said the bill caused more economic pain as millions struggled to get by. The chaos on Tuesday led the government to deploy the military, and Ruto called the protesters' actions, quote, treasonous, end quote. The president now says the bill has caused widespread dissatisfaction, and he has listened and, quote unquote, conceded. It's a major setback for Ruto, who came into power vowing to help Kenyans cope with rising costs, but has seen as much of the country led by youth unite in opposition to his latest attempt at reforms.
So he came in and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring the costs back down, or maybe not even bring them down, but just keep them where they are.
Mm.
And then raise taxes.
Yes. And listen, if you were raising taxes for a good cause,
yeah,
you could say yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
He's raising taxes to pay back debt.
Yes.
Which, it's difficult to explain, but a country's debt is way different to a person's debt.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
It's good to have debt.
Oh.
You know, like, if the ability to borrow money is available to you, you should.
Okay.
As a country. It's the same way as a business.
Okay.
Right? You need as much capital as possible to be running, right?
Okay, yeah.
And obviously, we'll pay that back in small installments, right?
Yeah, right.
But what's important is the money for now.
Okay.
So, paying back fucking debt is a horrific reason to
raise taxes.
To raise taxes, right? If it was like, okay, we're gonna build more hospitals or something like that, that's a reasonable way to spend your money. And I'm not saying don't pay back the loan or the debt.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's not like it's not like you in your personal life when the bank is coming after you. It's like if we slow with payments, a country's not going to come after us with their army and like hold us up and say, give us the money. It's way different.
Repossess all of the country's cars.
Yes. Or like just get a big like digging machine, pick the country up and just move it back to. Now we're neighbors with whatever country we're next to China now. We've been absorbed into the great communist empire. President Xi, save us, this is President Xi. Yeah, do you have any thoughts? Thoughts and prayers?
Yeah, my thoughts and prayers are with the... Well, actually, thoughts and prayers are with the Kenyans, but not specifically because of this. Well, actually, the the families or those affected by the people that were shot dead, thoughts and prayers are with them.
100%, yes.
Yeah. But also, well done to the Kenyans. Like, they saw an issue, they banded together, and they stopped it.
Yes.
Well done them. Very impressive.
Our next story.
Yes.
U.S. presidential debate. Did you watch it?
Nope.
Yeah, neither did I. But if this were like maybe 3 years ago even.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. Before 2020.
Okay.
Anytime between 2015 and 2020, I would have watched that shit.
Right.
But it's over now.
Okay.
Things are over. Bernie Sanders is dead. Yeah.
What?
Bernie Sanders. You ever heard of him? He's the independent senator from Vermont.
He's dead.
Well, dead to me.
Oh. I was like, what?
His campaign fell apart, and so did all my hope with it. So, yeah, for the last 4 years, I've just been, depressed.
No.
So, yes, I'm not really interested in... well, I am interested in American politics, but I have no stake in it.
Right, I see, yeah.
Well, we all have a stake in it because, they the world's police.
Yeah.
So we should all be interested in their politics, but I think I'm making my point.
Yeah. It's kind of like if a Premier League team got relegated to the championship.
If Liverpool got relegated, I don't know if I'd watch the Premier League. Nah, I probably would. But yeah, that's exactly the right analogy. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any news that you want to bring up?
Yeah, actually.
Sorry. We didn't even talk about this, right? Sorry.
That is true, yeah.
But I did read some post-match analysis, but it's post-debate reaction and analysis, right?
Yes.
From all accounts, it was a bad night for the Democrats.
Yes.
First of all, Trump told a number of lies, and the fact checkers did nothing to correct him.
Oh,
like he said it's this. It's just a total lie that Republicans push, that you have some of them say after-birth abortions, which is just literally killing a baby.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody does that. That's a lie.
I'm sure someone does that somewhere, but it's not that common.
It's not common.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So another thing that they say is that up until the day before the baby's born, mothers abort the child. Again, not true. Right?
Not quite how it works.
There's a limited window in which you can get an abortion.
Yeah.
And after that, it becomes dangerous for the mother if the baby is aborted. So they have to carry it to term. Right?
Yeah.
That is just a weird lie that the right wing came up with because they want to demonize abortions.
It's actually really funny how, like...
Abortions are funny.
No, man.
Great stuff.
how the right wing, like, they'll say all these things about abortion, but they've never actually researched it. They've just kind of, like, found these what's the word? They've kind of made up their own ideas about it. And like, yeah, we're going to ban it according to these random ideas that we made up.
I don't think they made it. I think it's like to do with the Bible, right?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Isn't that their whole thing that like you're born from the moment of conception, not from the moment of birth?
I guess.
And that's why when you're conceived, that's when God puts a soul in you. That's what I'm led to believe, and I'm led to believe that that's from the Bible.
Oh.
So I don't think they've just made it up whole cloth. Even though I think it's ridiculous, I'm just saying. I'm just saying I don't think they, one day made it up.
Ah, I see.
Second of all, I think they do know what the arguments on the other side is. I just think they don't care.
Ah.
That, again, they would say, hey, I'm a Christian, I believe this. To hell with whatever you have to say.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Joe Biden is pro-abortion. I mean, anti-abortion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biden.
Yes.
All right. I'm just saying.
Huh? Okay.
Genocide Joe.
Genocide Joe.
Genocide Joe looks slow and decrepit, right? That's all people had to say after the performance, that he looked like a fucking walking corpse.
Yeah.
He was a dead man walking, so to speak. Right?
There's a lot of people that are saying that his, like, I want to call him his posse, but I don't think they're his posse. Like his, his vice president and like
his cabinet.
I guess, kind of, like just the higher ups of the Democrats.
Yeah.
Should like
the deep state.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
That's not what the deep state is, but no. Yes. Carry on.
The Illuminati.
Yes.
Should like remove him from the presidential race, and I guess find someone else to do it.
Well, there is somebody specifically that would that's been groomed to do this, and that's his vice president. So it shouldn't be the fact that like people are like, oh, somebody else, and not like, oh, the person who is specifically there to replace you.
No, can't be her.
Because she's fucking crazy, dude. She's clearly constantly on drugs, but like I don't know, not a fun drug, just like some weird uppers that's anyway, Trump used the word Palestinian as a slur somehow. He pointed at Biden and said, "This man is a Palestinian," which Joe Biden is funding Israel's bombing of Palestine.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that this means Trump feels he hasn't been hard enough.
Right.
And he wants more bombs.
Okay.
So, yeah, just horrible all around. There's nothing to be glad about.
Yeah.
With regards to that situation. Both of them are pro-Israel. So, yeah. Did you hear anything else from the debate?
Not that I can recall at this moment.
Yeah. If I recall something like in the recommendations, I'm gonna bring it up, right? But
okay.
Yes, all right. Have you been following the GNU? Oh, sorry, this is the next story.
Yeah, kind of.
What is the GNU?
It's a coalition government because nobody got the majority of our national elections.
Yes.
So parties have to band together.
What makes it different from a regular coalition?
I don't know.
It's instead of being partners with one specific party,
Yeah.
and sharing the power, to dilute that power, it gets shared over multiple parties.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's the point of a GNU, as opposed to just being a regular coalition that most countries around the world, they're run by just a regular coalition.
Okay. Right.
So this week the DA threatened to leave the GNU.
How could they?
Wait, who did you vote for? The
Right.
DA. Right, I see. Because you're pro-Israel, that's it makes perfect sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Alright. Anyway, sorry, you said Rise.
Yeah.
Why did you vote for Rise?
Because I felt like none of the big parties deserved it.
Alright, but that's not what I'm talking about. Why did you vote for Rise?
I don't know. It was like, I read something about them where it was like they are not socialists, but like something similar to that.
They're social democrats.
Social democrats.
Which is not the same as a socialist.
Damn.
And even then, I think they're laughing at social democrats. I think they're neoliberals, like wolves in sheep's clothing.
They're laughing.
Right,
Yeah.
but they are definitely not socialists. I can guarantee that. I would have voted for them if they were.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that was my thought process.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, in the wake of the DA threatening to leave, the rand has been volatile.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
I am not a huge fan of it
Mm.
because it keeps going up and down, and it sucks because petrol price, like, so I'll read an article and it's like, oh yeah, petrol price is going down by this much, and then 2 days later it's like, oh, actually no, it's going down by way less than that, and I'm just worried that I'm gonna have to pay a lot for petrol.
All right, but what does this have to do with the currency?
The petrol price.
We buy in.
Yeah, we buy in
okay.
dollars.
Okay, I see.
It's based on the exchange rate.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing the main point I want to make about this is that we shouldn't be bullied,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Because the DA is popular in the West.
Yes.
So the UK, Australia, America, they want to, whenever the DA is doing well, they allegedly, there's more money coming into the country.
Oh, I see.
And when they're doing badly, people don't want to invest into the country.
Ah.
Right?
Okay.
So this is a form of like election interference, right?
Yes.
The people outside of the country are trying to make their feelings more, they're trying to influence everyone else's votes
Yeah.
in favor of the DA. So we shouldn't feel bullied to by these people to, vote or act like the DA is some amazing party.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
We should make good policy. And if it's good policy for the DA to not be in the GNU, then so be it, right?
Right.
So, again, we can't sit here and be like, oh, it might be bad in the short term. We can't do that.
Yeah.
We have to just push through and,
Figure it out later.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's not great to like push through and figure out later. But I'm just saying,
Figure it now. Look out for us. And
Yeah.
it will
Yes.
come later.
all right, yes. Do you have any news stories?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll cut you off before.
No, it's okay. We had an earthquake last night. Not here in our area.
Yeah, I was wondering because I was like, because we're recording this at my parents' house.
Yeah.
I slept over here at my parents' house,
Yes.
and by that I mean I was awake till like 4 a.m.
Oh.
And I
I see.
would have felt if there was an earthquake.
Yeah. Well, it was actually at like 8:30 last night.
Oh,
Yeah. So a lot of people felt it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. According to News 24, residents reported feeling 2 tremors in Midrand, Roodepoort, Veltevreden Park, Auckland Park, Kensington, Turffontein, and Soweto.
Oh fuck, that's far away from us.
Yeah, it's all like the west.
Oh, who gives
West
a fuck
Rand.
about this? Fuck them. Okay. Sorry about your earthquake, fam. But we from the east.
Yeah, we are from the east. But yeah, it was a magnitude 3 earthquake.
Is that good or bad, or what's the scale?
The scale goes up to like 9 or so.
So not that bad.
No, it's pretty calm. Like there's apparently over 100,000 of them every year around the world.
All right.
So it's not really anything special, but
It's special because we don't really have earthquakes.
yeah, it's kind of a big thing here specifically.
It's like the climate is changing.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And also, Georgia beat Portugal in the Euros.
This is not news. This is olds. We're already into the next round.
Yeah.
Last night was the start of the round of 16.
Yeah, and Germany won against Denmark. I'm very sad.
I watched that amazing game. You know, like Denmark score.
Yeah, and then
They overruled Denmark's goal for being offside, very marginally offside.
Yes.
But you could see in real time it was offside.
yeah,
Then they go to the other side of the field and give a very dubious penalty to Germany.
Yeah.
And it's like within 1 minute the whole game changed. Like
Yeah.
Jesus. And then yeah.
yeah,
They should drop Havertz.
yeah.
Havertz is so good, but he's also so bad. He's yeah.
Although he scored last night.
Scored a shameless penalty.
It doesn't matter. He scored.
Listen, I'm not fooled. I'm not fooled by that. Speaking about which, I triple captain Havertz and he scored like 17 points during the Premier League season.
How do you triple captain and score 17?
He scored 17.
Oh,
and then you triple the 17.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. 17 is not the triple score. Right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but so yes, I'm in a love-hate relationship with Havertz. I wanted him to be the Firmino replacement,
Okay.
but now I want Wirtz.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone wants Wirtz.
Yeah.
He's the new the new wonder kid on the scene.
Yeah.
So I doubt we would get him, but
Never know.
never know. You
Yeah.
do never know, except for when you do know.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you know.
Speaking of which, the book that this movie is based on is called How Do You Live? I thought it was How Do You Know? So, as we were talking, I was going to say, it's called How Do You Know? But it's not. It's called How Do You Live?
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And I'll bring that up later.
Okay.
Right? So this is the first, sorry. Is that all the news you had?
Yeah.
Again, sorry, I just kind of
No, it's okay.
moved on.
It's fine.
Yeah, all right. So this is the context for the movie. This is the first Studio Ghibli movie that we've covered on this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you've never heard of them, a hugely successful Japanese animation studio that was founded in 1985 by two experienced directors named Hayao Miyazaki and Isao Takahata, and the producer Toshio Suzuki. They have built a reputation for creating hand-drawn animation with bright and cozy aesthetic.
Yeah. They're great.
Yes.
Yeah.
The film is directed by the aforementioned Hayao Miyazaki, who is a legend in the Japanese film industry and the animation industry at large. The first time I came across one of his movies was in the early 2000s when I saw Spirited Away on TV, but I wasn't conscious of it being a Miyazaki or a Ghibli movie. The first time I consciously came across Miyazaki was because Blank Check did a series on him. So I followed along with their series, watching every one of his movies, and I more or less liked all of them. But my favorite movie is The Wind Rises.
Same.
Right. Which apparently is like a contrarian take, because people love Spirited Away so much.
Oh, okay.
They're like, if it's not Spirited Away, shut the fuck up. I'm like, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. Right? So after releasing The Wind Rises, Miyazaki announced his retirement, but came out of retirement to work on this film. Well, he was actually working on something else, and then he thought, fuck it, why not do this film?
Yeah.
Right? Which he says will be his last film. But The Wind Rises was also supposed to be his last film, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
Right? We don't live.
What?
You know what? The thing is called How Do You Live? And I was trying to put that in. So he dedicated it to his grandchildren as something to remember him by.
It's very sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he said his grandson, or I don't know if he has multiple grandchildren. Right?
Okay.
The movie came out in December of last year in Japan and other areas of the world, but it sadly only got a release in March, which I had it in my recommendation section.
Yeah.
But the person I was doing, my friend Dylan,
Yeah.
who was the co-host at the time,
Yeah.
he didn't see it, so we couldn't do an episode on it,
Yeah.
right? And I saw the subbed version at Eastgate, but sadly not in IMAX,
Duh.
right? The movie came out on digital last week, so I thought it would be nice to cover it. But this time I watched the dubbed version of it.
Yeah, which has such a stacked cast.
Well, we'll get to that, right?
Okay.
But well, what did you watch, subbed or dubbed?
I watch subbed. I
Okay.
prefer subbed.
I also prefer subbed. Yeah, they was like, you could watch dubbed or subbed at the movies, and I chose subbed.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yes, we should have gone together,
Yeah, we really should have.
but I blame you.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's two people here, and I'm not going to blame myself. So, by process of elimination, here you are.
It must be me.
Yeah.
For doing nothing.
All right. Well, that's what the Nazis. That's how evil thrives when good people do nothing.
Oh, I see.
That's you. You just you did nothing.
Okay.
You said I'm blaming you for doing nothing, but sometimes nothing is bad.
Sometimes nothing is bad. Like in this scenario here.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
The movie starts with the mum's hospital on fire.
Yeah.
So this is an easy way to show his character. We see that he's a man of action and will act in a time of crisis.
Yeah.
Right. This scene also establishes his trauma from losing his mother.
Yeah.
So yes, he was fully willing to jump into that fire.
Yeah.
But we don't see him like come out, but we're assuming that the firefighters would like dragged him out
Yeah, probably.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Do you have anything to say about this beginning?
He's also I think, and I might be like reading too much into it, right? But he's the only person dressed in white out of all the crowds that he runs through and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Which I assume symbolizes like a purity in him that he wants to run in and help people, while everyone else in like darker, like blacks or greys or browns is running away from them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
That's called symbolism, folks.
Yeah.
Ever heard of it?
No, can't say I have. What's
Alright.
that?
The father marries his wife's younger sister. Listen, I don't care how you slice it. That is fucking weird, right?
Yeah. It's
As he and his new mom are going home, they come across a military parade, and he takes his hat off as a sign of respect.
Yes.
And seeing how the Japanese were allied with Germany in this war, I'm happy to call this kid a Nazi. He's pro-Nazi. He's pro-Nazi. What's his name? Mahito.
Yes.
Adolf Mahito.
Adolf.
That's.
Oh my goodness.
All right. In a movie full of gorgeous animation, I think that the house is the most beautiful part of the movie. It makes me want to live in Japan.
Okay.
Like the first time I watched it, I was like, oh fuck, I love this. Again, aesthetic. We keep coming back to this aesthetic.
Yeah.
About like, they have bright colors, they have,
Yeah.
and it's all done by hand, which makes it even more impressive.
It's just so vivid. It's really lovely. I really enjoyed it. Like I loved the animation. It was really good.
Yeah. So what did you think this movie was before you saw it, or what it was going to be about before you saw it?
I thought it was gonna be like loss and how you lose someone and then kind of like they, you know how people say like they lose someone and then they'll see like, I don't know, a crow sit on the wall every day, and it's like kind of like that person's been reincarnated as that thing.
Yeah.
And then they're watching over them. So I thought it was going to be the heron. The heron was going to be with him.
That's precisely what I thought as well. And then this movie just goes off the fucking off the rails.
It's so wild.
Right. Which I thought was incredibly creative, right? That it didn't take this cliche story.
Yeah.
It forged its own path. An incredibly unique path.
Yeah.
Right?
It's very trippy, though.
Yes. I said that the house was the most beautiful, but the most visually spectacular sequence is when the heron first speaks and all the frogs start crawling on his body or the fish start singing. That was I know, it made me feel weird, but that's the best fucking thing. This was like maybe 20 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm already thinking like, this is a best picture snub.
Yeah.
This is like the visuals in that scene alone was like, well, it did win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nominated for the
big boy award.
Yeah.
Of Best Picture.
And I don't think I covered when we did the Oscar special.
Yeah.
I didn't speak about The Boy and the Heron because, like I said, I only saw it in March when it came out here.
Yeah.
So I think the Oscars were already over at that point when I saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
In The Wind Rises, there's a Jewish character who has a giant nose.
Yes.
Right? That nose is so huge it borders on anti-Semitism.
Yes.
Right? That nose covers 80% of his face. And now in this movie, Miyazaki has outdone himself. The heron's nose covers 90% of his face, right? It's surely the biggest nose ever committed to film. Right? That thing was enormous.
He is like mostly nose.
Yes.
His face is mostly nose.
Yes. That's why I'm saying, like, are we doing nose analysis? What's this guy's obsession with giant fucking noses? And if the heron is Jewish himself, we don't know what the faith of this
of the
heron himself. So, yeah.
Yeah. You never know.
This could be even worse anti-Semitism, right? In a movie with Nazis in it. That nose, I think about that nose so often in The Wind Rises. That thing is so fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's also at this stage of the movie I'm realizing that Robert Pattinson should win Best Supporting Actor for this voice performance, right? He is going fucking nuts.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
So, I think now is the time to speak about the voice actors.
Yeah, the super stacked English cast.
Yes.
Well,
so
maybe Japanese cast as well. I don't know.
The Japanese cast to me when I first watched it, so I don't know if it's stacked. Again, like I said, I don't know the individual people, but
yeah,
I thought the cast was fine. Okay. There's nobody who was like outstanding or amazing.
Yeah.
It didn't like really stand out to me.
Yeah.
But the English cast, like I said, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Again, everyone else was just fine. Even though it is stacked.
Yeah.
It's like you barely notice.
Okay.
Right? It's just like regular voices. It could have been done by anybody.
Yeah.
The only thing is Robert Pattinson, and who do you think Robert Pattinson plays?
Who do I think he plays?
Because I know you don't know.
Yeah. I remember seeing it, but I don't know who it was. I want to say he's... It feels like it's obvious to say it's the Heron.
He is the Heron.
Oh, okay, nice.
And it's a crazy performance because the Heron is just like, he has a... my favorite part is when there's like a hole in his beak.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like... Maito fixes the beak. And he's
with
about
the wood thing.
Yeah. Yes, and the Heron is about to betray him and he's like, I'm going to leave you here. And then like the wood thing comes loose and Maito's like, just wait here. And he fixes it again.
It's very cute.
Yes, that joke itself and the performance of that joke, outstanding shit. Pattinson is outstanding in this movie.
Maybe I need to go watch the dubbed version as well.
Yeah, it's not often that I get to do this where I watch one and one.
Yeah.
It was an eye-opening experience. I'll say that.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say?
I really like. I don't know if you noticed it, but like specifically at the beginning, and then it fades when he realizes. Well, basically when the heron starts to speak, that's when it fades away. But every time he sees the heron, there's a little chime. That's like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like.
Well, it's like a theme.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, a leitmotif.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it's actually, I thought it was going to be like, he sees the heron and he gets, and the chime happens, right? He sees it the first time, chime happens, which is what happens. Then the second time, he sees it and it's a chime and then another note. And then the third time, it's a chime and two other notes.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's going to
Keeps building, yeah.
Yeah. And it's going to be a beautiful score at the end with whatever happens with this boy and the heron. And then it just dies out.
Yeah.
And I was very sad.
All right.
Yeah.
So from this point onwards, I don't have analysis.
Okay.
I just have like headings, and then we'll just kind of talk through them.
Okay.
Because I think nearly everything that happens in the tower, area,
Yeah.
that's metaphor.
Okay.
So I just want to give you the top line metaphor.
Okay.
Or, I mean, just what literally happened and see if we can work out what the metaphor is.
Okay.
Right? So the golden gate that says, all those who seek my knowledge shall die.
Okay.
And it turns out it's a cemetery there, right?
Right.
And the lady does a spell to keep the dead away, and then they boogie.
The boogie.
And I mean, get out of there, not they start dancing. Right?
Right.
So what is that about?
What is that about? I don't know. What do you think it's about?
I have no idea.
Oh, I see.
And we also find out later that lady
Yes.
is the old lady.
Yeah. Kimiko, I think is her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voiced by Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
That's the lady that comes on the boat is the old lady that came in with Maito.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So the old lady is protecting the dead.
Okay.
Makes no sense to me.
What?
I really have no idea. And why do you think the heron's feather
Is his weakness?
is his weakness, one, and two, protects him from like the seagulls eating him and shit?
I don't know. I feel like it's just one of those like magical things where it's like there's no real explanation for it. It's just magic.
It's a metaphor for like a hood pass.
A hood pass.
Like you're not welcome in certain areas.
Oh right.
Right.
I see. Yeah.
So for example, if Drake went to California,
okay.
he's persona non grata there at the moment.
Yes.
So if he went to California, the gangsters there would be like, this is bad, you can't get out of here.
Right. You can't get out of here.
Right. The Phantoms row their boats and they come buy food from them. The Phantoms become the Wara Wara, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I can't remember because I looked away from the screen at that point.
Actually, I don't know because she says. So they
The Phantoms come to eat.
Yeah, and
Right.
they got the fish, and then she says, "Don't let the guts spill out. The Wara Wara need them to fly."
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know if those are
The same.
yeah, because
But- No, carry on.
it might be like you know how like if you if you get a fish or whatever you skin it, you gut it, and then you can like give the guts to your dog or whatever.
Yeah.
and then you take the rest of the fish. So it might just be a way of splitting up the fish.
Okay.
So
I see.
I don't know necessarily if the phantoms become Warawara.
Mm.
They might be the dead, like after they've died already.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
The Warawara.
No.
Oh, the phantoms. Yeah. Okay, I see.
So Warawara is before, phantoms are after.
I see.
Yeah.
So now, what do you think the Warawaras are?
They're like spirits, I guess. Like baby spirits.
Okay. And this is where this is maybe the only metaphor that I do understand.
Okay.
The Warawara are sperm. Right?
What?
Because they explicitly say the Warawara, they're going to go to your world and become humans.
Yes.
And they're white and they fly. And they...
What sperm do you know that flies?
All right, sperm swim. But
Yes.
what's swimming in the air? Flying.
What?
Am I wrong?
Yes.
What's swimming in the air?
Clouds at the moment.
But very nice.
Thank
Say
you.
if you were flying,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
What would you be doing in the air?
I guess
Swimming.
floating.
Swimming.
I don't know about
Swimming in the air is flying.
I would be like maybe flapping my arms. I wouldn't be swimming.
Listeners, please write in. Swimming in the air is flying. Yes or no? I think it is.
I think it's not.
Okay. Well, I think you're wrong. Right. Anyway, the seagull eats the Warawara to live,
Yes.
and then they die because they get attacked. But yes, so, what is that? A freak who loves to eat sperm?
You?
No, not me. The gulls that eat the Warawara.
I think they're pelicans.
The pelicans, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's something to do with like population control,
Yeah.
where it's like you can only have so many humans on the planet. So maybe it's just like something against overpopulation.
Yeah. Well, they explicitly say that the gulls were, the pelicans were brought in to
To eat the Warawara.
to eat. No, cancel that.
What?
They weren't brought in to eat the Warawara. They were brought in because they don't have food.
No. Well, no. Okay, so they started eating the Warawara because they didn't have food.
Yes.
But I think what's her name? I think Kimiko. It's either Kimiko or the burnt pelican that says the pelicans were brought in to eat the Warawara because it's the only thing that they can eat.
No, the pelicans were in the real world,
Oh, okay.
and there was a shortage of food.
Oh,
So they came into the tower world, and it just so happens that the Warawara were there.
okay.
That's
I
what I
see.
think,
Hmm.
right? They were brought in because they were hungry, not because they needed to control the population.
Oh, okay.
I think. I may be I watched this last night. So this should be fresh in my memory, but yeah. The next metaphor I would like to present is, what are the parakeets?
Birds. Like soldiers, I guess.
I would say that they're the Nazis.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Well, I have no evidence except like the king bird,
Yeah.
played by David Bautista.
Yeah.
Is like Adolf Hitler. Is dressed similar.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Well, Hitler didn't wear a cape,
No, but I mean,
but the rest of the outfit.
I want to say if he could wear a cape, he would have. But I don't know why he didn't, but I feel like he could have. You know? But yeah, I do see it. And I like that they take everything literally. The parakeets.
A cape is evil coded.
Yeah.
So bad as a cape, I guess.
Yeah, and Batman.
Who cares
Well,
about Batman?
I don't know. Is Batman's a cape? Nah, it doesn't matter.
Magneto has a cape,
Yeah.
but is he a bad guy? Makes you think.
You say no.
Makes you wonder. Anyway, well, Magneto was a victim of the Holocaust,
I see.
so the parakeets did this to him.
The parakeets did this to Magneto.
Yeah.
That's such a crazy sentence to say.
Anyway, why do you think he only brought in birds? So there's the heron,
Yes.
there's the parakeets, there's the pelicans.
Uh,
You don't fuck with anything else. Because when he built the fish is there because he built an ocean world,
yeah.
right?
Right.
He brought in all the birds.
Yeah.
So, what's that about?
Did he bring in all the birds, or is it just the pelicans?
Where the fuck did the parakeets come from?
Them could have just been created there, and it's like parallel creation, where it's like parakeets get created in the real world, and when the new world is created, or the ocean world, I guess. When the ocean world it's not the ocean world. It's the other one. What do you even call that world?
I think they're all one world.
Oh, okay.
Just different portions of the same world.
Okay.
It's all the ocean world.
Okay. So when the ocean world is created, then parakeets are created there too. You know?
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. Why is there so many birds?
I don't know.
Why do they love birds so much? What's the deal?
What's the metaphor for birds?
And different types of birds.
Yeah. But obviously very specifically chosen types of birds. Like pelicans, parakeets.
Do you think the pelicans are the Japanese?
How so? What?
I don't know. The Japanese were kind of dragged into the war. But then they weren't really.
No. Because they kind of started it in China.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we're down for this.
Yeah.
We're loving it. Actually, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know what their feelings were. You know, they could have been very sad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Anyway.
could have been the opposite of McDonald's.
I also love incredible bit is that the parakeets absolutely cover everyone in shit. You see the parakeets fly, and when they disappear, everyone is just so much of shit. It's unbelievable, bro.
It's actually
that's a great joke.
It's such a weird leitmotif that goes on there. Because it's like the parakeet shit, the heron shits at the beginning, all over his windowsill.
Yeah.
What does it mean though?
Well, I think it's related to them being birds. Bird shit, you see.
I didn't think about that actually.
And they do it a lot.
Okay.
I'm led to believe. I've never had a bird. Yeah.
I'll ask my brother. He had a bird.
Did he?
Yeah.
When was this?
Like a year ago or so. He had a bird for a while. A parakeet, actually. Or maybe a parrot.
So a Nazi bird.
Yeah, maybe.
Very interesting. I'm going to write that down.
Okay.
Your brother had a Nazi bird.
Yes, my brother had a Nazi bird.
So I was disappointed that the heron had so little to do.
Yeah, he disappears for a while as well.
In big portions of the movie.
Yeah.
The movie is called The Boy and The Heron. So I was assuming, they have equal billing. It's going to be like a co-adventure.
Yeah.
But apparently that's just for the English world.
Yeah.
The title of the book is the title of the movie in Japan called How Do You Live? So, I think The Boy and the Heron set up
much bigger things than...
No. Like,
okay.
It set up false expectations.
Okay, yeah.
Right? It should have been like maybe The Boy and the Tower. Because, everything happens in that tower world. Or
yeah.
something similar to that. I
Yeah.
feel.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
Mm.
I would agree with that.
So the central metaphor, I think, is very clear.
Yeah.
Right? The message of the movie is that Miyazaki is the Tower Master, and his grandchildren should not feel pressured to be in his shadow. They must forge their own way,
Yeah.
which I think is a shot at his son.
Is his son an animator or director?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Ghibli
Yes.
was not going out of business, but they weren't producing enough movies.
Okay.
So Goro Miyazaki, his son, stepped in to make movies.
Okay.
And by all accounts, Hayao Miyazaki hates his son's movies. So I'm thinking this could be just a headshot at his son to tell his grandchildren, listen, I know my son wanted to follow my footsteps. You please don't do that.
Don't,
please
don't.
Your movies will be even worse than his. He's just just shitting on his family.
Like one of the parakeets.
Yes. Ah, I see.
There's the connection.
So Miyazaki's a Nazi. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just clarifying what you said.
Well, I guess he's the heron. He could be the heron as well.
Why is he the heron? He's the Tower Master.
Yeah, but the heron shat all over the windowsill.
Okay, I guess.
So the windowsill
Okay,
is a metaphor for
I see.
his family.
Mm.
Yeah.
Miyazaki says, though, that this is not autobiographical. It's just a movie he made.
Oh.
And we shouldn't draw any connections. But this is where death of the author comes in.
Okay.
What is that?
When the author dies.
No. Their interpretation of the movie is not the only interpretation.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So, even if Miyazaki denies it, I can have that reading of this movie.
Okay.
As long as it's backed up by evidence, which
Yeah.
I feel it was.
Yeah, I would say so.
Right? As long as I make a coherent argument, I can read the movie however I want to.
Yeah.
Like, when we did the Oppenheimer episode,
I do
maybe
recall that.
my favorite episode that we've done.
Yeah.
And I said, this is Nolan taking a shot at comic book movies.
Yeah.
Right? And making fun of them.
Yeah.
That's a way that I've read it.
Right.
Maybe he didn't intend it, but that he put enough of... I feel there was enough evidence that I could read it in that way.
Yeah.
Similarly here, even though Miyazaki denies it, I could read it in that way.
Okay.
And I'm choosing to do so.
Makes sense.
Which, it's fucked up on his son.
Yeah.
Which... And maybe that piece of information is painting my view of this. But, yeah.
Mm.
So, your thoughts?
We should. My thoughts are that we should go interview the Miyazaki family
No.
and get their thoughts on the.
Apparently, he's very, stern.
Oh.
Hayao. So,
Interesting.
I wouldn't like to hang out with him.
Oh.
Nightmare blunt rotation.
Imagine getting Hayao Miyazaki high.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
All right. Do you have any other thoughts?
Not really. I think the thing with the movie is that actually I really liked it. However, I kind of lost track of it a little bit when you went into the tower, and so for that, I don't know, it must have been 10-15 minutes. I was just so confused. And so I mean, the art's fantastic. The fire animations are incredible.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Barely spoke about the mother.
Yeah.
But what can you say? She's a fire lady.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I guess. It was kind of... I don't know if it was meant to be a big reveal, where it's oh, I'm gonna go back to my world and become your mother. And it's whoa, she's his mother? But it should have been fairly obvious when she said that Natsuko was his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't. Anyway, right. Like for those reasons, I gave it a 9, just because of that little bit of confusion, where it was a little bit unclear to me. But maybe on, upon further reflection and rewatching it and stuff, maybe it could be bumped up to a 10. You?
I feel exactly the same way.
Oh, nice.
The animation is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Last week we covered Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
And I said the animation is gorgeous in Inside Out.
Yeah.
This is 100 times better. It's
this is gorgeouser.
Yes, I know. Like, I try not to shit on CGI animation, but the difference is staggering.
Yeah.
And to think about the hours that went into making this.
Yeah.
It just truly incredible shit.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, the animation, top of the range.
Yeah.
But there's just too much metaphor.
Okay.
Right. It took me out of the movie because I kept trying to pass out what's this, what's that.
Right.
So I think I enjoyed it more last night when I knew what was coming.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to figure out the metaphor in real time. I was just watching the movie.
Yeah.
So if you don't try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Just try to let it wash over you.
Yeah.
I think that would be a better viewing experience. But I also gave it a 9.
Okay.
I did a YouTube short, so you can go back and check me. Me saying this exact same thing about my feelings about the movie.
Okay.
But yes. So yes, both give it a 9.
Okay. Nice.
Right. Recommendations.
Yeah.
Do you want to start?
I can. I watched... Well, I've been away for a little while. So, I watched Everything Everywhere all at once. Pretty good movie. Really, really enjoyed it. It's...
Best Picture winner.
Yeah, I see why it won all of the awards. I can word sometime. And yeah, it's just really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. Solid 10. And honestly, I didn't expect... Well, actually, no. That's a lie. Spoiler warning for those of you that haven't watched it. I had a brief thought that her daughter was going to be the what's it called? Like the...
Kwisatz Haderach.
Yes. The...
Alright, sorry, carry on. That's from Dune.
Oh.
You don't...
Yeah.
You haven't seen Dune?
No.
Yes.
The teleporting lady. Or the like, universe lady, The main villain. But I was like, nah, that would be silly. Why would they do that? And then they did it. And it worked really well. So, yeah, pretty good. Then I also watched Bad Boys 4.
Ride or Die.
Yeah, Ride or Die. It was alright, but I feel like they should have stopped at like 2, probably. It's kind of like very slowly. I would say it's following a downwards trajectory. Like they did it a little bit differently. Can I spell it?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. They like... So now instead of Will Smith being the like nonchalant, non-caring version, well, like, good cop, bad cop, well, like silly cop, serious cop.
Yeah.
They've reversed the roles. So it was...
Will Smith is serious now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, it was okay, but not great. Like I gave it a 7. It's kind of just on its way down for me right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I also watched The Upside. Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. Yeah. It's
I'm grimacing, folks.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Kevin Hart. I don't find him funny. I don't find him compelling. It's
this one,
it sounds like dog shit.
I don't know if it was pitched as a comedy. Like, yeah, there's fun moments, but I don't think it should be considered a comedy necessarily. It probably is, but it's not as funny as I would have anticipated it to be, you know? But yeah, it's all right. It's not terrible, but not great at the same time. Also another 7.
7?
Yeah, 7.
For a Kevin Hart movie?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm shocked.
Okay.
All right.
Fine, be shocked.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, just to go back.
Yes.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
10 out of 10 movie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one Best Picture over Avatar 2, which is... it makes me angry, folks. It makes me angry. But carry on.
That's it for my recommendations.
Does it make you angry?
No.
Well, it should.
Anyway,
I was going to say, didn't it also beat Top Gun that year? But I think Top Gun was the year before.
2020. It might have been the year after, actually. Or like the Oscar year after.
Anyway, last week sorry.
Okay.
So another movie that came out on digital this week and far too early
Okay.
is Furiosa.
Isn't it still in cinemas?
Yes. Right. It came out like a month ago.
Yeah.
Right. When we did an episode on it, I said it might be my number 1 movie of the year.
Okay.
It's so good. Right.
Right.
Upon rewatch, I think it's a strong number 2 behind Dune. But unfortunately, I'm considering dropping it down to a 9.
Okay.
It just didn't hit the same on TV as it did in the cinema.
Yeah.
So, I also take that into account. How does it translate onto TV?
Yeah.
Which I know I shouldn't, but it is what it is,
Yeah.
It loses a lot when you watch it on TV.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, last week in Blank Check's Martin Brest miniseries, I watched Beverly Hills Cop.
Nice.
This week, I watched both Beverly Hills Cop 2 and 3.
The whole trilogy.
Yes.
Nice.
Alright.
Okay.
I didn't like the first Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh.
I gave it like a 6.
Okay.
That my one sentence review is that movie is 90% soundtrack.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
And I couldn't place that soundtrack. But now that I've watched 2 and 3 and I thought about it, that's the Crazy Frog.
Oh.
That's that dun 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 dun. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the fucking Crazy Frog song. And I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, Beverly Hills Cop 2 is just a remake of the first one and retreads a lot of the same ground, but it's on a bigger scale and I enjoyed it way more than the first one. So I give it a 7.
Right.
And it was directed by Tony Scott.
Hey.
Your friend.
Ridley's brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he made
Top Gun.
Original Recipe Top Gun.
Yeah.
Right? That was a link to the one just before. Yeah.
Yes.
Beverly Hills Cop 3 is way different than the first 2.
Okay.
But that's what I like about it.
Okay.
It follows the same kind of formula as the Evil Dead movies.
Okay.
Evil Dead 1, they didn't have a budget.
Yeah.
So Evil Dead 2, the first 10 minutes is a remake of Evil Dead 1.
Right.
And then the rest of it is expanding the story a little.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 3 called... what's it called? The Legion of Doom or something.
Oh, damn.
I don't know.
Right.
But
Okay,
it's at the end of Evil Dead 2, he goes into a portal.
Okay.
And Evil Dead 3, he's in a medieval setting.
Oh, cool.
So, did you see? It's so different and weird.
Yeah.
Similarly, Beverly Hills Cop 3 is also way different.
It's set in medieval times
Yes.
as well.
They, Universal, they had to make use of that set. They were getting their money's worth, Right. It's way more fun and has more interesting set pieces.
Right.
I also give it a 7.
Okay.
So it goes 677 for me in the Beverly Hills Cop
Okay.
franchise.
Right.
Right. It's directed by John Landis. Do you know who that is?
A director.
Okay, but you know what he made?
No.
So he made Animal House,
Okay.
which is a comedy. He made a bunch of stuff, but
Right.
I guess his biggest thing is he made Thriller,
Oh,
the video of Thriller,
like the music video
the
for
music
Thriller.
video. Yes.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yes, he's also the father of Max Landis.
Okay.
Do you know who Max Landis is?
John Landis' son.
He's a notorious creep,
Oh.
right? But he wrote Chronicle, and have you seen Chronicle?
Nope.
It's an original superhero movie starring Michael B. Jordan before.
Before he was Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was from like 2011.
Okay.
Right. Then Max Landis also, he made the Orc Cop movie,
Okay.
Bright. Have you seen Bright?
No.
Damn. Fuck. It's Will Smith is just a cop,
Right.
and then Joel
Stransky.
No man. Fuck. The guy, he's Tom from The Great Gatsby, and his Uncle Owen in Star Wars.
Oh, I know who you... Like, I can picture...
Joel Edgerton.
Yes.
Joel Edgerton is a orc,
Oh.
like a fantasy orc,
Oh.
right? They're living in like a world where fantasy is real,
Right.
but it's also just like current
just
day.
Like regular...
Yeah. And like orcs are like a
They're like stockbrokers.
no, like a trod upon minority.
Oh.
They're like I guess a metaphor for black people.
Damn.
Uh,
That's crazy.
yes, but what an awful movie! It's
Maybe I should watch it when I get home.
it's such a lazy movie, and it's a Netflix movie, so it's like, you know, they paid money for this. Yeah, Orc Cop. I mean, Bright. It's called Bright.
It's called Bright, but you call it Orc Cop.
Because there's an orc who's a cop. It's very simple. My naming system is it makes a lot of sense if you think about it.
It's like Boy Heron.
Yeah, but no,
But not in this case.
the boy in the tower,
Oh, wait. Tower Boy.
Tower Boy.
Tower Boy.
Don't you know Tower Boy? The Grand Adventures of Tower Boy. Right. Anyway, following on Martin Brest miniseries, Blank Check's Martin Brest miniseries, I watched Midnight Run.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Martin Brest?
No.
Neither was I. But you hear the titles of his movies, and I'm familiar with every one of them. Like,
Oh, I see.
I knew
Okay.
of Beverly Hills Cop,
Yeah.
but I had never seen it.
Yes. Right.
I'd heard of Midnight Run, but I'd never seen it.
Okay.
Every single movie except for his first movie, Going in Style.
Hmm.
Do you have anything to say about Going in Style?
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week I said Going in Style. My brother was like, "Oh, like the Morgan Freeman one." I was like, "What the fuck?"
I thought about saying that, and I was like, no, that can't be the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
The Going in Style is from 1979.
Okay.
The Morgan Freeman one is a remake from 2017.
Oh, but similar movies.
It's a remake,
Okay.
so I guess it
Pretty similar. Yeah.
Right. Except for that first movie, I knew every single one of Martin Brest's movies
Okay.
by reputation.
Right.
And some of them, well, one particular one, it's been described as one of the worst movies ever made.
Oh. Oh no.
And it's not this week, it's in the next week.
Okay.
So it's called Geely,
Geely.
but it's spelled Giggly.
Oh.
Right.
Giggly is way
Yeah.
cooler.
Ben Affleck went into actor jail.
Oh,
You know,
because he started
because he starred in Geely, right?
in Giggly.
Yeah. So yes, I watched Midnight Run.
Right.
It's a
Yes.
comedy about a bounty hunter escorting a criminal across the country, and hilarity ensues as their personalities are the polar opposite of each other.
Sounds like a good time.
It's a good time, and it's played by Robert De Niro, who
Yeah.
is the bounty hunter,
Okay.
and Charles Grodin. I know you don't know who that is.
Wow. I can't believe you just assumed such a thing.
But name one movie he's been in. Just one.
No, you're right. Your assumption is right. But I can't believe you just assumed like that.
I thought you'd say, but not Ryan. I set the bar so low, and you folded immediately.
It's a high jump competition, but I can't jump.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, Charles Grodin is a very funny comedic actor from yesteryears.
Yeah, I did expect him to be.
I'd never heard of this movie before, and I had a total blast.
Okay.
Right, so I kind of lied just now. I didn't realize I wrote this in the document last night, but I had never heard of Going in Style and Midnight Run. Right.
Those two.
Yes.
Specifically only those two.
Those two. Yes.
All the others, very familiar.
I've heard of them.
Right, okay, yes.
Right. Have you watched Beverly Hills Cop?
No.
But why did you say nice when I said that?
Because you watched the whole trilogy.
Oh,
Well done.
okay.
Yeah, I can barely get through one movie and you're watching trilogies.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I'm very diligent with my work.
Yes, indeed.
Unlike certain people.
Well, just different work.
Alright, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, the interaction between our main characters and the situations they find themselves in are hilarious, and the story has a lot of heart. So I give it a 9.
Okay.
It's just missing, like, something.
Something.
Yeah. There's one, like, sequence where I'm like, they just did a bit too much here. If they could have been a little bit more, like, toned down and tasteful, it would have worked better.
Okay.
But yes, 9 out of 10. Very good movie.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's been like a month, maybe even 2 months since X-Men 97 finished. And
Yeah.
I'm still so jazzed.
Yeah.
Right?
So I've heard.
Yes. I watched 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past.
Right.
And it's a banger movie.
Okay.
Right? It's fun and interesting and finds a way to incorporate the first-class cast and the original cast.
Right.
Unfortunately, the director is a sex pest.
That's not great.
Yes.
Some may even call it bad.
Look into it. His name is Bryan Singer.
Okay.
It's a horrible guy. Right?
Good to know. Okay.
I give the movie a 7.
Okay.
But now that I've mentioned it, I recommend X-Men 97. So you're currently on break from university.
Kind of. Yeah.
Whatever the case is, spend whatever time you have available watching X-Men 97.
Maybe I will.
Alright, that should be at the top of your list.
But also maybe I won't.
Alright,
Who knows?
Well, fuck you.
Damn, okay. What? Okay.
Alright,
Fair enough.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
No.
I see how it is.
Okay.
Next time you're gonna have to do this co-hostless.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I have no one next week. I have no one lined up next week.
Damn.
Thank you for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, give a like, etc.
Give all the likes.
Importantly, it needs to be a 5-star review.
Has to be.
You can find out our links at PAICIP.com. That's PAICIP.com. Please tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend. Tell a family member.
Tell
And,
everyone.
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Au revoir.